How you doing? Johnny Collins here, and today I want to talk to you about how to stay on track. Okay, most guys have tried to get in shape at some point. They've tried to strip away that stubborn belly fat. They've tried to pack on some muscle. They've tried to do summit, but most guys have never ever seen stuff through. Okay, whether it's because what they didn't really work, but usually it's because motivation dropped. But mainly it's because motivation dropped or life just threw them off track. Okay, either way, it didn't happen for them. So I'm going to show you two ways or two things that have to be in place for you to stay on track. Okay, this is the same two things that all my top clients keep in the forefront of their mind to make sure they never waver. They always carry on making progress every single day, building muscle, stripping away fat, and loving the process. Okay, so how to stay on track. Now, the first thing is to make the process easier. Sounds obvious, right? But most diets are unenjoyable and difficult to keep up with, right? Most diets will have guys skipping meals with the family, right? Not being able to eat with their family while they have a nice cheesy lasagna, they're eating broccoli and chicken, not enjoying it. Or it requires them to eat every 2 hours, which if they have a normal job, which most guys do, they're gonna get fired, they can't take that many breaks, or it's just impossible to stay on top of, right? So most guys make it really difficult for themselves. And then on top of that, they put their training sessions, which are just impossible, right? It'll be like a 20-minute warm-up, right? 45 minutes to an hour of weights and then 30 minutes of cardio, right? Draining stuff, too long. And not only is that too long and impossible to keep on top of, it's actually not good for your results. So that is why it's so important that you make the process easy. Okay, you make sure that you have a diet that you enjoy doing, that allows you to go to social events, that allows you to spend time with the family and eat with them and eat all your favorite foods, and is completely unrestricted, and you're doing training sessions that you enjoy, that you can see yourself doing 10 years from now, right? If you're on a diet or a training program that you're counting down the days until you finish, trust me, it is not right for you, because a diet does not exist that gets you results and then allows you to keep them once you stop doing it, right? So if you want huge, profound changes that last and stay with you a lifetime, you need to do something you love doing that is sustainable, okay? So you need to make the process as easy as possible, and that is what we do at True Broad Movement. So there's no restrictions. It's always stuff that fits in with your life, so you enjoy eating, you enjoy the training, and you see big changes. But that brings me on to point two. Point two is make yourself harder. This is key. Okay, you can make the process as easy as you want, but if you're not also practicing your own self-discipline and making yourself harder, making yourself tougher, you will fall off track. And the example I always use with guys is reading versus TV, right? Most guys at some point have said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch less TV and I'm gonna read a little bit more, right? And they'll buy a book that they absolutely love and they'll start reading it. And while they're reading it, they'll think, this is amazing, I love this. I'm watching less TV, I'm learning more, I'm reading, this is great. Like, why is this hard? I will easily keep up with this. But then, somehow, a few weeks later, they look back and they've stopped reading. They're watching TV again, right? And it wasn't because they enjoy watching TV more, it's because it's easier to watch TV than it is to read. They took the path of least resistance. Even though they enjoyed reading, they were loving it and it was easy and it was pushing them forward, watching TV is so easy. They don't have to think about it. They can get home from a tough day of work and just slob on the sofa, right? So even if you're enjoying your diet and it's super, super easy, right? And you've made it easy for yourself and you're loving it, you can still fall off track if you haven't made yourself harder, if you haven't practiced your own self-discipline. So these two, you can't pick and choose one or the other. Both of these things need to happen, okay? Because one without the other doesn't work. If you've made the process super, super easy, just like reading is in that example, but you haven't made yourself self-disciplined, you're still gonna do that equivalent, right? Taking the path of least resistance and watching TV, right? Or in this case, is falling off track with your diet, skipping the gym. If you make yourself harder, okay, make yourself tougher, make yourself more disciplined, and you haven't made the process easier, eventually that discipline will waver, right? Whether you have family problems or problems at work, something's gonna happen that's gonna push that discipline and you're gonna fall off track with that difficult process, that bland, boring food. But when you've got both of these things together and you've made the process as easy as possible so that you love the food you're eating, you love the results you're seeing, and you look forward to training every single time you go to the gym because it's simple and sustainable, you win. The process is easy, and then on top of that, you are disciplined. You wake up every morning feeling fresh and excited to attack the day. You stay on top of it, you keep moving forward, and to do that, you have to practice discipline. You have to practice doing difficult things. You have to practice being in the gym and pushing out one more rep when you're tired. You have to practice going to bed, not binging on Netflix for 3 hours, right? And going to bed at a reasonable time. Doing these little things that you know are gonna push you forward and make you more disciplined. That's how you stay on track. I promise you, if you focus on these two things, you cannot fail. Now, if you want to dive deeper into this process, I'll be happy to help. If you really want to push it to the next level, click the button below, apply for a free strategy call, and we can talk one-on-one about taking you to that next level. So if you're serious about this and if you're an action taker, I'll speak to you soon.